Breaking news this morning out of Baltimore. Baltimore police on the scene right now of what they are calling a mass shooting incident in the southern part of the city. This happened just after 12:30 this morning on Gretna Court. Police say a total of 30 people were shot. 2 are dead, 28 others hurt. 3 of those people are in critical condition. The 2 deceased are an 18-year-old woman and a 20-year-old man. We will continue to follow this breaking story and provide updates as we get them.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet, where we believe in being elite levels of the black community, having elite relationships, pushing ourselves to elite levels, and we do not look backwards. We are not ashamed. We are not embarrassed. We do not mind being called bougie. And those of you guys, I want you to know right now, I'm really going to cook in this video, but this is going to be a long video. It's probably going to be a 20-30 minute something video, because for those of you who might be new to the channel and might not know, I went to college in Baltimore, Maryland. I went to an HBCU in Baltimore, Maryland. All right, that's historically black college or universities for those of you who don't know. Spent 7 years of my life in Baltimore, Maryland before I moved out to the PG Moco area. All right, even though I'm originally from New York, Baltimore played a big part in raising me into becoming the man that I became. So this is near and dear to me, all right? So everybody else going to be talking from a distance. I'm talking from the trenches. I'm talking with someone who stayed there. I'm talking about someone who really understands and gets it, all right? And this video is going to be good for young men and young women, because not enough people talk about how this affects young women, all right? So there's going to be some gems in here for young women, but especially the young men, all right? So everybody get your popcorn ready, work out, get in your car, drive where you got to go, whatever you're doing. If you at the house, lay out on your bed, get in your gaming chair, whatever it is, and get ready for these gems, because I'm about to drop a massive amount of gems on you guys, because this is near and dear to me, all right? So number one, when the shooting originally happened, I didn't even know, because I don't dwell in places like that. First of all, I don't live in Baltimore anymore. Second of all, even when I did, you would have never caught me at a block party for a multitude of reasons that I'm about to get into later in this video. But of course, friends and family were texting me, hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? And they're not saying why at first. So I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Why y'all asking me if I'm okay? They're like, well, we want to make sure you weren't at that block party in Baltimore. Which, again, I don't know why they would think that I'm at a ball party, but I get it. It's the concern. It's the concern. They're just concerned. They just want to make sure that I'm okay. I said, nah, why? What happened at the block party in Baltimore? Oh, there was a mass shooting. Oh, there was a mass shooting there. Somebody just started letting off, and there was a mass shooting there. And I want to start with that, because one particular text message I got was someone calling this a mass shooting and basically implying that this was set up by the elites. First of all, let me tell you guys something. This was not a mass shooting. It was a mass shooting in the sense that a massive amount of people got shot, but it was not a mass shooting in the sense that some random guy ran into the motherfucking party, just started spraying a chopper. Y'all understand what I'm saying to you? Hitting anyone indiscriminately and just doing whatever. That's not what happened here. All right? This was a ninja moment. That's what this was. If you never watched the Boondocks, a ninja moment is when you put a bunch of ignorant ninjas together, and after a while, somebody steps on somebody's shoe, somebody sees somebody from the wrong set, whatever you want to call it, it's what you might call it. But this was nothing but a ninja moment. This was not random. This happens all the time. This was not a mass shooting. There's no conspiracy theory to this. People talk about, oh, this was planned by the elites. This was not planned by the elites. This is what happened when you take black people from the hood, from all around the city, and you gather them in one spot. Now, how you know this wasn't planned by the elites, Alex? How you know this wasn't a mass shooting? How you know, Alex, that this wasn't set up? Because watch this. Now, I told you guys before, I'm originally from Brownsville, New York, but here's a story some of y'all probably never even heard of before. Hundreds enjoying outdoor party in Syracuse. Suddenly, fights break out. Dozens of gunshots erupt. Here's what happened. All right? Hundreds of teens and young adults gathered Saturday night for an outdoor street party on Syracuse's west side. They were dancing, listening to music, drinking and smoking along Davis Street, Messina Street, and Merriman Avenue. A fight broke out just before midnight, but was quickly over, according to a neighbor who was watching just yards away from the party. 20 minutes later, a second fight, he said. This time, dozens of gunshots exploded, sending people screaming and running in all directions, the neighbor said. Syracuse police and ambulance crews rushed to the neighborhood just outside of Yusuf Market, and all 13 people were injured, including 4 who were shot, Syracuse police said. The others injured included 6 who were stabbed or cut, and 3 who were hit by vehicles trying to get away from the scene, they said. The injured, 3 males and 10 females, ranged in age from 17 to 25. Now, if this was a mass shooting, if this was a conspiracy, if this was planned by the elites, why did the same thing happen at a block party in Syracuse, New York? I'll tell you why. Because, again, being from Brownsville, spending time in Syracuse, going to college in Baltimore, I know when you put people from the hood together, and there's any type of cookout, or there's any type of block party, or anything like that, this is what happens. This is normal. This is not a conspiracy. This was not planned by the elites. This is what happens when you have block parties and you gather a bunch of people from every side of the street. What happened in that incident in Syracuse, if this was all planned, how come no one said that this event was planned? This would be considered a mass shooting as well, because over 10 people got hit. 13, 15 people got hit. But the reason no one's making conspiracy theories about the Syracuse shooting is because you wouldn't get as many clicks because it's not as big or as popular of a city. So understand right from jump. Don't be so spiritually high that you are no earthly good. That's one of the things my spiritual teacher tells me all the time. Do not be so spiritually high that you're no earthly good. This was not a conspiracy theory. There's no secret agenda behind this. This was ninjas having a ninja moment. So this leads to the second gym, the first gym. This is no conspiracy theory. This was not set up. This type of stuff happens in Baltimore all the time. I need you guys to understand. In Baltimore, there's about 250 murders a year on the low end. All right? This happens all the time here. So cut all that conspiracy theory crap. Gym number 2, if you are ever around or in a hood, and there is a block party, and there is a cookout, don't you ever go to that block party and that cookout, because this is what happened there. I can tell you what happened there without even being there, just like I can tell you what happened at the block party in Syracuse without having even been there. You had a block party in Baltimore, Maryland, right? First of all, you seen how many females got hit. Like 10-something females got hit at that block party in Syracuse. Now, the block party in Baltimore, I need you guys to understand, 28, 30 people got hit. Woman dead, shot in the head. Man dead. All right? The woman who died was only 18 years old. The man's dead. There's several others in critical condition. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this too. All right? Look at the age of the people who were at that mass shooting in Baltimore. All right? There was an 18-year-old woman found dead at the scene, and 9 others were taken to hospitals. As many as 20 others ranging in age from 13 to 32 arrived at hospitals across the region on their own. A 20-year-old man also died, and 3 others were in critical condition. All right? Listen to this list. 1 13-year-old girl and 1 13-year-old boy. These are the surviving victims. These are people who aren't dead. 1 14-year-old girl, 2 15-year-old girls, and 1 15-year-old boy. 3 16-year-old girls and 2 16-year-old boys. 2 17-year-old girls and 2 17-year-old boys. 2 18-year-old women and 3 18-year-old men. 3 19-year-old women, 1 20-year-old woman, 1 22-year-old man, 1 23-year-old woman, 1 31-year-old man, 1 32-year-old woman. Now, real quick, I want to go back to the mass shooting in Syracuse, right? Because I'm painting a bigger picture for you guys. Follow me. 17-year-old female, 20-year-old female, 20-year-old male, 22-year-old female, 17-year-old female, 17-year-old male, 19-year-old female, 23-year-old female, 24-year-old female, 25-year-old female, 22-year-old male, 22-year-old female, 23-year-old female. Now, you're going to notice 2 things. 1, you're seeing a lot of young people, but 2, you're seeing a lot of women. And this is why I said there's going to be some gems in this for the women, because y'all need to understand this too. Again, if there is ever a block party in the hood, you're gathering people from different sides of towns. These sides of towns do not cross. If you have a block party in Brooklyn, Maryland, all right, which is the hood, right? You have a block party in Brooklyn, Maryland. I need you guys to understand. If you're not from Baltimore, you're not going to get this, but just try to follow me. You're going to mix dudes from over east because they're going to come through. You're going to mix dudes from over west because they're going to come through. You're going to mix dudes from the south because they're going to come through. These dudes do not mix. So when you gather all these dudes into one environment, right? There's no bouncer. There's no limit because this is a block party. It's not an officially sanctioned event. So anyone can come. There's no one letting people in, letting people out. There's no police guarding it, nothing. Right? And everybody's going to come. Why is everyone going to come? This is the next gym. Because everyone knows there's a block party in the hood. There's going to be women. The reason in the Baltimore shooting and the reason in the Syracuse shooting you see so many women is because women know at the block party, this is a chance to come through half naked, act bad, as they would say, turn up, get free drinks, smoke, get a bunch of attention. I've said this before and I will say it again. Unfortunately, in the black community, most of the finest women are hood rats. Let that breathe, run it back. Most of the finest women in the black community are hood rats. Not all, but most. So with that being said, especially because we don't have that many black suburbs, which is another thing I'm going to get into later in this video, all the dudes are going to come out whenever there's any type of a block party or a cookout or anything like that, because the dudes are coming to see the women. All the women are going to come out because they know this is free drinks. They're going to get free weed. They're going to get attention. They got an excuse to look cute. All right, they know it's going to be some mess. They know the hood dudes going to be out there. The women are going to come. So what happens is you take all these dudes from over east, all these dudes from over west, all these dudes from the south side. Somebody sees the op. Pop, pop. They start letting shots ring. Hood dudes don't properly train on how to shoot guns. They be holding the guns sideways, all this other goofy shit. And bullets have no name on it. So next thing you know, people start running, they scared. Everyone's getting hit with bullets. The reason you see so many females on both lists is because whenever there's a block party, whenever there's a cookout, the women are always there. The men are coming there for the women. Block parties and cookouts are one of the few times, if you're from the hood, where you will ever see an environment where there's more men than women. Where there's more women than men. So the women are getting hit because they're in the way. And this is why it's important, and I said this is even just for women in this video, because not just do men need to get out of the hood, women need to get out of the hood too. Because y'all want to go and be cute, and y'all want to act bad, y'all want to get y'all, I need a soldier that ain't scared to stand up for me. Every woman needs a little bit of thug in her life, all that bullshit, and then when your ass is dead, gunshot wound to the head, or you done got stabbed up, shot, ran over by a car, whatever happened to you, was it all worth it? No, you need to get out the hood too. You have to understand, those dudes, when they see the op, they don't give a damn. They're going for the op. They don't care about shooting women. They don't care about shooting children. There was a time when there was a code to the streets. That code is dead. We just seen a black woman, Carissa Hood, get punched several times by a street dude because she wouldn't shut her mouth. So if you think these dudes will hesitate to kill you, especially when you're in the way of the op, you are out of your mind. These dudes have no codes no more. So again, and I repeat, you ever hear about a block party? You ever hear about a cookout? I know why you want to go, because all the baddies going to be there looking good, twerking, lip gloss popping, all right? And they booty shorts and they sneakers with the big hoop earrings, at least 2 pairs. Standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. I know why you want to go, but it's not worth it. It's going to always end like this. Doesn't matter if it's Syracuse, New York, or Baltimore, Maryland. If you're in the hood, you go a block party cookout, it's going to end like this. It's just going to be bigger when it's in Baltimore because it's a bigger city full of more reckless dudes. Now I want to move on to my next topic. The reason I can't stand pro-blacks is because you just had Umar sit and tell young brothers it doesn't matter how successful you become. You just had Umar Johnson sit and tell young brothers that's individualistic. It doesn't matter how successful you become. He says it doesn't matter if you get married. It doesn't matter if you take care of your kids, because what are you doing for the community? What are you doing for the community? Understand, when Umar says the community, he's talking about the hood. Some people are like, how do you know he's talking about the hood? First of all, most black communities are hood. Now, if you're in Maryland, right, you have the beauty of having some of the richest black counties in America right up the street. Moco, PG, DC. You have Wakanda right up the road. But this is further going to support my next point. You guys have to understand, you cannot save dudes from the hood. You cannot save dudes from the hood. Umar want to tell you, if you go out and get educated, and you get married, and you take care of your kids, and you build a nice house for yourself, that's individualistic, and it doesn't help the community. But Umar is a lie. It does help the community, because that's where Moco came from. That's where PG County came from. I'm blessed to be able to live in the area with some of the richest black counties in America. So I see what happens when the biggest, the best, the brightest, the smartest of us conglomerate together and stop trying to save every goddamn body. And I also get to see what happens when people try to go back. See, when I first made my reply to Umar Johnson, I brought up Nipsey Hussle. And I said, if you look at the situation with Nipsey Hussle brought a section of the block, tried to open up a whole shopping center with clothing stores, grocery stores for his hood. And he got killed in his shopping center. What did you have a black woman say? Oh, well, Nipsey Hussle's from the hood, so that don't matter. That's streets politics. If he wasn't from the streets, he wouldn't have got shot. Young Dolph went back to the hood. Always went back to the hood in Memphis. Went and got a cookie from a black-owned cookie shop. Showing love, got killed. What did a black woman say? Same thing. Young Dolph, that's street politics. He's from the hood. That's why he got killed. First of all, let me explain something to you guys. Shout out to my man, King of the Streets. Because he paid attention to the gems that I be dropping. How many of y'all remember when J.P. Morgan Chase rolled up in the Pennsylvania coastline with a boat full of cocaine? If y'all really knew anything about your American history, you would know most of the biggest companies formed in America was started off of drug money. Especially in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Mafia ties, triad ties. A lot of these big Fortune 500 companies was funded with drug money. So when you say, oh, Nipsey Hussle got killed because Nipsey Hussle was a hood dude. If Nipsey Hussle took the money and decided to buy a shopping center in his hood to help uplift his community, we're supposed to be supporting that. If Young Dolph decided to go back to the hood and support black businesses to try to uplift his community, we're supposed to be supporting that. But instead, the pro-black woman is going to say, oh, well, they were hoods, so they deserve to die. Essentially. Oh, and they had hood connections. Okay, J.P. Morgan Chase clearly got some type of a connection because they was moving cocaine in. Half these companies, again, were founded off of drug connects. I know a pizza shop in Maryland right now, I kid you not, where you can call in and you can ask for a certain type of pizza and they attach drugs to the pizza box. And they upcharge the pizza because they call it a specialty pizza. And they attach the drugs to the pizza box. They run the drugs out of the pizza shop. Italian mob type stuff. So when you say a black man who did what he was supposed to do, which is he had to get it out the mud in a country where the rules are against him, and he tried to go back and help the community, and he got killed. Young Dolph tried to go back to help the community, and he got killed. But you and Umar want to tell people, listen, your individual successes don't matter unless you go back to the community and help. Why? So you could die like them? Why? Oh, they had hood ties. Okay. Well, LeBron James don't got hood ties. LeBron James opened a school for impoverished youth. But what do some people say? What does one of the black women say, for example? What do some people say? Oh, well, LeBron James only opened that school because of Nike and his own ego. What did I say in that same video? I said Mayor Brandon Scott, the mayor of Baltimore, is a black man. He's trying to clean up the community. Everybody just ran past that. Alex, why are you bringing all this up? Because this is my next gym. If you do try to help the hood, which you can't do, you're just going to get killed. But if you do try to help the hood, right, you don't get respect for it. People be like, oh, well, you only died because you was in the streets. And then the people who do respect it, because this is not all people, right? The people who do respect it, they're going to paint you a mural, talk about how sad it was, go to your funeral and cry, but then they're going to be right back out here doing the same goofy shit. And you're going to be dead. You're going to be a brother. You're going to be a son. You're going to be a father, a friend who will never come back. And all you guys, your reward for trying to save the black community is disrespected while you were alive, told you were only doing it for your ego or for Nike, or told, well, it doesn't matter because you were a drug dealer, or told, like Obama got told, oh, you didn't really do nothing for the black community. Like Ice Cube, who came up with a whole damn plan for the black community, but black women shot his plan down because it didn't include them specifically. Again, not all black women, but a lot of them are the issues. Pro-black and black women are the issues a lot of the time. And here's why. Because they have this idea of, oh, well, go back and help everybody else. Go back and help the single mothers. Most single mothers are hood rats. Go back and help the community. Most of the communities are hoods. Why should you be charged with that? I repeat, Why should you be charged with that? We sending young black men to their demise, and they're not even getting respect while they're here for attempting to help. They're not even getting acknowledged. I made that video. You know how many people ran past these people? No, that's not what you need to do. What you need to do is go to the suburbs. Listen, control your controllables. That's what I preach on this channel all the time. All you can control is your controllables. You can't control the hood. You can't control no one else but yourself. So what you can do is you can get your education. You can get a trade. All right? You could start a business. Hell, you can even take the drug money and fund the business, whatever you want to do, but get the hell out of the hood after you do it. Make more MOCOs. Make more PG counties. Make more rich black counties. And start from there. This is why I said the best thing you can do to help someone else is to help yourself. Why? Because after you help yourself, then you can go back and help the community. Like, you have some people who come in my comments because I say, no, black men and black women need to become successful and leave. They don't need to go back to the community and be trying to give the hookup. They don't need to go back to the community and be trying to preach to people who don't want to be saved about being saved. Do y'all realize even after this block party, I know for a fact there are still some women who, if another block party happened a month and a half from now, they'll be right there dressed scantily for attention. They don't even care. That's what they do. To them, it's mess. To them, it's drama. They done seen 100 bodies drop. They're not tripping. You want people to go back and save this? I want you guys to understand. That shooting happened at 12 a.m. Y'all remember the ages I was listening to those kids. 13, 14, 15, 17. What is 13, 14, 15, and 17-year-olds doing at 12 a.m. at a block party? What are you going to do as a black man or black woman to help them? Their parents don't give a damn about them. So even if you're telling them all the right things, go to school, get an education, get a trade, or start your own business, right? Keep your nose clean. Work hard. Move out of the hood. Their parents don't even care about them. So you're going to put all that in their head, and it's not going to be reinforced when they go home. And they're going to be right back running the streets again. You can't charge the black community with that. You cannot tell young black men that if they become individually successful, if they have happy, healthy families, if they start the process of building generational wealth, they're useless and they don't go back and help the community. That's bullshit, because you could build a MOCO. You could build a PG. The best thing black people could do right now to help the community is move out of it. Get out of the hood, make more suburbs. See, I preach black elitism. We're the only ones who tell our biggest, strongest, and brightest to go backwards. Go back to the hood and help out. Go back to the hood. No one else does that. I brought it up in another video. I'm bringing it up in this one. White people don't go back to help trailer park trash. They let the trailer park stash stay broke in the trailer park. Somebody gonna say to me, oh, well, that's because they have a system of white supremacy. Let me tell you something. First of all, the system of white supremacy is for elite white people. It's not for all of them. They will tell you most of them are broke. That is for elite white people to keep their elite families, their old money in charge. To keep them at the top of the system. And it's failing right now anyway because Asian people run this damn country. And the pro-blacks ain't going to tell you that because they want you to be white, under the thumb of white supremacy and a victim of white supremacy for your whole life because they have no other ways to teach you. They have nothing else to teach you about besides your history and white supremacy. So if they acknowledge that white supremacy is dying, it gives them nothing to talk about. So they won't acknowledge that. But white people aren't even the richest people in this country anymore. They don't even have the most power in this country anymore. America is failing as a world power. Not only are Asians the highest earners in this country, China has way more money than us. If we go to war with China, we would lose. Their army is superior to ours in every single way. But y'all still out here talking about white supremacy. White supremacy is a failing system right now. And I've posted this several times. I've shown the articles and everything. By 2050, the country is going to be majority mixed, black, and Hispanic. There's not going to hardly be any white people in here. They're becoming a minority. So on top of the fact that they're losing their economic power, they're losing their majority status. And the pro-blacks want you to sit around and talk about white supremacy. We got to fight white supremacy and go back to the hood and help the hood. Meanwhile, they don't live in the hood. You probably won't see Umar come up to Baltimore now and give a speech, but he's telling you to go back and help the damn community. But he's not going to come back here and give a speech. You're not going to see none of these pro-blacks come up to Baltimore and walk the blocks and start talking to them. Now they're going to tell you that that's what you should do. While they sit in the suburbs on their YouTube video talking that crap to you about what you should do. No, what you should do, every single black man and black woman should do, get an educator or get a trade, start a business, move to the suburbs, marry somebody with good sense on your level, who's of elite status like you, and start building generational wealth. Buy yourself a house, get some real estate, get yourself some life insurance. Stop worrying about all this history that we used to be kings and queens, commit science. It's not helping you right now. Because you can say all that shit. We were the original people, kings and queens, commit science. Then stop 30 people from getting shot at the block party. Then stop 15 people from getting shot at the block party in Syracuse. At the end of the day, you cannot save everybody. Across the Spider-Verse, one of the most popular movies out right now. One of the biggest lessons in that movie that they kept pushing is, listen, the hardest part about this job, being Spider-Man, is that you cannot save everybody. You can't save everybody. And to sit here and depress young black men by making them feel like their accomplishments mean nothing unless they go back to the hood and try to help people who have parents who allow them to be outside at 12 a.m. at a block party is insane. It's insane. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. There's nothing you can do about them. Save yourself first. Then if you really want to help the community, do what I do. Speaking of Baltimore, Maryland, I have not one, but 2 mentoring programs in Baltimore, Maryland. Now, if you live in the area, right, you live in the DMV area or the Baltimore area specifically, and you would like to enroll your kids into one of the mentoring programs I have there, shoot me an email and I'll tell you all about it. I'm not going to say it in the video. Shoot me an email, I'll give you the information. But there's Sassy and there's Brother to Brother. What do we do in Sassy? Sassy, they teach women how to walk in heels, how to dress professionally for interviews. All right? They teach them proper hair care, proper nail care, how to be in a healthy relationship, and we offer free tutoring. Brother to Brother for the boys. All right, Sassy is for girls ages 9 to 15. Brother to Brother for the boys ages 10 to 15. All right, 10 to 15. We teach them how to tie ties, how to put suits together, how to work on their resumes. All right, how to financially plan and budget their money. And we offer them free tutoring. We even have workout programs for them where you take them to play recreational sports, teach them how to properly work out. Again, if you want that information, shoot me an email. I'll give you that information. But am I going to live there in the trenches doing this? Hell no. So I could get shot like Laura Scooter? Y'all don't even know who Laura Scooter is because y'all don't even be in the hood. Then people will come in my comments, oh, you sound like a black white supremacist. The dude who went to an HBCU, the dude who has 2 mentoring programs in Baltimore, the dude who flies to Barbados and hosts a free soccer and lacrosse camp for the Bayesian kids and buys them free cleats. I sound like a black white supremacist, but I'm really from the hood. I really went to a HBCU. I really lived in Baltimore. I really went back and visited after the block party. This is what I want you guys to understand. No matter what you do as a young black man, it's not enough. People will just find the next thing. Again, Umar did the right words. Okay, brother, that's good that you took care of your family. That's good that you married and you take care of your kids, but what about the community? That's nothing but shame, guilt, and insults. That's nothing but sign language. If that man take care of his kids and he became a success and he got married and he has a happy family, we should be commending that man. Because he could have been dead at a block party. He could have had a bunch of single mothers running around here. He could have chose to abandon his kids. He could have made another single mother. Same thing with a young black girl. If that young black girl escaped, didn't get killed at a block party, didn't get knocked up by some damn pookie, ain't out here acting bad, but went out there and got educated, did it the right way, moved to the suburbs, got a nice family, why the hell should you tell her, well, that don't matter because you're not helping your community? She's in her community. It's the suburbs. Again, going back to what I mentioned earlier, Baltimore is a skip and a hop, about an hour to 40 minutes away from the richest black communities in America. What we should be telling the talented 10th in Baltimore is to stay out of the bullshit. Don't go to no damn block parties because it's going to end badly, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Do not feel like you're obligated to stay in the hood and help. Be great and leave. Add more bodies, add more wealth to those counties. All black people everywhere. If you're watching this video, you in Texas. You watching this video, you in California. You watching this video, you in Pennsylvania. You watching this video, you in New York. Y'all should be doing the same thing. We need to be taking over all suburbs. America is about classism more than racism. Pro-blacks lead y'all astray because they keep you stuck on victimhood and racism. This is a classist society. Let that breathe, run it back. This is a classist society. If you don't realize that capitalism doesn't even work unless there's poor people, you cannot save everybody. So instead of taking your elite and having them risk deaths to try to go back and help the poor, do what I do. You can open mentoring programs for the kids who are different, who want to be different. They can go to those mentoring programs and get the help they need to get the hell up out of there. Because that's what we tell all the girls and the boys, get the hell up out of there. That's how you help the black community. From a distance. From a distance, and you focus on the youth. Ain't no point in focusing on the adults. Pro-blacks want to teach the adults their history and shit. And talk to the adults about white supremacy. Useless. Now I focus on the kids. And I teach the kids, get your mind right, get your money right, get educated, and get out. And the young adults. Listen, it's never too late. You can go to trade school at any time. At any time. You can go right now. I'm going to do another video on the best trades to get into. I did one before, but I'm going to do another one. You can go right now, take Salesforce. Learn how to do cybersecurity and start from there. It's never too late. But what I'm not going to tell you is to go back to the hood, find you a single mother, and help her raise her kids. What I'm not going to tell you is your individual accomplishments don't count if you don't go back to your community and help out. What I'm going to tell you is we need to start practicing elitism. Leave the hood in the hood. We don't wish no bad on the people in the hood. They just doing what they got to do to survive. But at the end of the day, you can't help them. They can help themselves, but you can't help them. The best thing you can do for your community is become a successful, productive member of it, move into the suburbs, build generational wealth so that your kids don't have to fight to get somewhere they're already at. All they got to do is stay there. I repeat, your kids don't have to fight to get somewhere because they're already there. All they have to do is stay there, and they'll have you supporting them along the way. That's how you help the black community. Not just, go back to the hood and help out. By dudes who don't live in the hood. By dudes who never lived in the hood. By dudes who never went to an HBCU. By dudes who do nothing but run their mouth behind a phone screen. It's a jungle out there. This is not no game. Dudes talking about conspiracy theories. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is real life. This stuff happens every day. It seems like a conspiracy theory if you're not from the streets. But it's not. This is why I don't play. This is why I don't tell people to mess around out here. Because it's not a game. Help the hood from the distance. Offer help to people looking for help. Don't ever feel like you got to go back. Well, what about Bomb Quisha and her kids? That's Bomb Quisha's problem. What about Ray Ray from the block? That's Ray Ray's problem. If Ray Ray want help, I'm here to help him. But Ray Ray gonna seek me. I'm not seeking Ray Ray. And I'm not telling no black men to seek Ray Ray. Black classism, black elitism. We need to start taking our biggest, brightest, strongest, smartest, moving them into the suburbs, moving them into nicer neighborhoods. There should be more PG counties. There should be more MOCOs. There should be black suburbs everywhere. This shouldn't even be rare. That's where you need to go. We're going to build on top of that. We're going to split our community like everyone else does. We're going to consider the hood dudes the trailer park trash. We don't hate them. We don't got a problem with them. But we don't pull them to the forefront. We don't promote them. We promote the doctors. We promote the lawyers. We promote the suburban people. Until we do that, nothing's going to get fixed. And talking about white supremacy all damn day ain't gonna fix a goddamn thing. Because right now they under the thumb of Asians. We owe Asia $3 trillion and you worried about white supremacy. Then somebody goes, oh, well, Asians are under the thumb of white supremacy. Y'all don't even understand power and leverage. If Asians were under the thumb of white supremacy, it was probably to gain the power that they have now. Now white people are under the thumb of Asians. If you don't think Asians are going to bait and switch on them when they clearly have more power, then you're an idiot and you don't understand how power works. Remember when the Romans invaded the Egyptian Empire, they used Cleopatra to do it. Now a goofball would have said, oh, not Cleopatra, the Romans are under the thumb of the Egyptians because they were talking to Cleopatra. Well, the whole time, they were planning a bait and switch. They just used Cleopatra to get into position to get the bait and switch. So if you really think Asians are going to sit there owed $3 trillion by the white man, making more money than the white man in his own country as the American dollar continues to decrease, but they're still going to follow under the rules of white supremacy, then you're an idiot. I don't know how else to put it to you, because that's not what's going to happen. That's why I've been telling y'all a long time ago, y'all better learn to speak Chinese. Like my man Jin, y'all better learn Chinese. Y'all going to want to be Chinese. Y'all better learn how to speak that, because that's what's coming. White supremacy is a waste of time at this point. It's losing its power. It's going away. What we need to do is focus on the kids, not the adults, the kids. Make mentoring programs for the kids, get the kids to be successful, get the kids to be educated, get the kids to learn a trade, get the kids to open a business, get the kids to the suburbs, start practicing black classism. This is a classist country. Until capitalism goes away, that's how the country works. No more of this go back to the hood nonsense. No more of this save single mothers nonsense. No, take our strongest, biggest, brightest, put them together. Leave everything and everyone else alone. Because when you end up at that block party, all everyone's going to do is spray paint a mirror for you and say, damn, that's sad. And that's it. A pat on the head ain't worth your life. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.